So what better way to start your week, put a nice pep in your step as you will, than by killing large groups of enemies with a big mushroom tipped gun, right? Perfect for a Monday morning. Guns are good, and there's a nice selection of go-to weapons that a lot of you are using right now since the introduction of those gun changes. Weapons that you are finding as, I guess, your go-to weapon right now. The Kuvizar, the Phantasma, the Tetra, the Brahma, the Mutalist Cernos, the Tenet Envoy, the Trunma, the Tenet Cycron, the Epitaph, the Exceltra, and many, many more. There is a nice selection of guns for us to be using, and it's a welcome change, right? Of course, the introduction of the new galvanized mods and the new arcanes as well have made guns feel good. Again, they've put them back in a better spot. Right now, however, the explosive weapons definitely shine above, I guess, the normal single target ones, which makes sense in a way since this is a horde styled game and they can deal with larger groups of enemies more effectively. However, right now, without a doubt, my favourite go-to weapon and probably one of the strongest in game is a Kitgun, the Sporelacer Splat Haymaker combo for Kitgun sidearms. Remember, Kitgun sidearms and of course primaries will have 2 arcane slots. The strongest weapon, I guess, is very dependent on the user and what setup you have that will boost your damage output. Like in this footage, I am using Trinity, who is invigorated with extra health, and I've got a Nova with Molecular Prime, which is going to boost my damage, and I'm even using a little bit of Yoreli as well for that sidearm crit passive, just to show how powerful it can be with Yoreli. But the Sporelacer is good regardless of what frame you're using it with. This is of course my Mu, not to be mistaken by WoW. It is Mu, and it has absolutely no sympathy for the enemies that it drops fart bombs on top of. The Sporelacer sidearm will fire 1 bomb that drops 3 cluster bombs on impact. All of these of course will explode, and because of this it has a very nice area of coverage. Huge crit chance, and with the addition of those arcanes and of course the galvanized mods and changes to mods like Creeping Bullseye, you can clear very large groups of enemies really effectively, in especially the Steel Path as well. Acolytes die in 2 or 3 hits, and Liches don't even know what hit them. Mine has 105% crit chance and almost has a 9 times crit multiplier without a Riven, which I'll be honest, this weapon's Riven disposition sucks anyway, so a Riven isn't really gonna be very good with it. This is my build, currently running Viral, Hollow Point for larger crit multiplier, Creeping Bullseye for increased crit chance but will of course slow down my fire rate, Galvanized Diffusion for more multi-shot, and of course increased multi-shot once I can keep chaining kills together, which to be honest with this weapon is really easy. Pax Seeker for headshot kills that will send more sparks of death out, but Pax Charge could be used instead, and I know this weapon might seem like it's quite hard to hit headshots, but these sparks do kick off quite a lot. The secondary Merciless Arcane is being used, which will increase my damage by 360% for 4 seconds at 12 stacks, while also increasing my reload by 30% as well. And of course, these stacks will slowly decay. They don't just disappear once the 4 seconds goes down to 0. So it'll go from the 12 stacks down to 11, down to 10, and so on. So you have a sidearm that fires explosive rounds that break off into clusters, which also explode, that also has incredibly great critical stats, damage getting amplified by arcanes and galvanized mods, and all of this is without armor stripping or I guess from Warframe abilities which will make your damage output even higher. It's definitely a weapon I would recommend, but as always, thanks for watching.